understand. I don't like the way I look. I want to look like these models.
Why?
Because they're beautiful.
Well, so are you.
Her beauty lies not in the arc of her waist, nor the frame she keeps, for some day it will droop and sag. Her beauty lies not in the way she combs her locks, for it will sparse and fall out. However, her beauty lies in the exclusivity of her eyes. No, not in the shade nor shape, but in the echo of her heart. For when sun sets and night falls, her eyes remain steadfast, gathering memories to enhance the ridges of her iris. For the beauty of a woman can never and will never fade into nothingness. The true beauty of a woman is the passion, intelligence, and poise she knows and carries with her wherever she goes. For no man accurately sees the beauty of a woman until he loses himself in the beauty of her eyes. Whether pools of sapphires, fields of emeralds, or fall Andalusites, her eyes express her intellect and passion towards life, casting looks aside so he can find his true bride. Alan Watts, a famous British writer, once said, "Waking up to who you are requires letting go of who you imagine yourself to be." When contemplating what it means to be beautiful in today's ever-changing society, what first comes to your mind? For men, is it a superhero fit body with protruding muscles and an eye-catching face? For a woman, is it a perfect hourglass figure, a completely symmetrical face, a six-pack complete with tan long legs and a slim figure? In my mind, and especially in the minds of most teenage girls, exterior looks tend to dominate over the non-visible features of a person. One of the more prominent wake-up calls I had to the strict standards of beauty was freshman homecoming. I ordered multiple dresses from an online store, and soon after they arrived, I tried on all of the extra small dresses, only to find that all of them did not fit me right, requiring alterations that were nearly impossible to complete. I cried to my parents, wishing I was a little bit shorter or a bit heavier, so that the dress wouldn't fit not only the guidelines of society, but my school. My parents told me that girls would kill to have the figure I had, but in that moment I felt quite the opposite of beautiful, because a few dresses did not fit me based on a company's perception of the way an extra small dress should fit a woman of my size. What makes me and millions of teenagers obsess over the way we look? John Kenneth Galbraith explores this ideology when he states, "There is certainly no absolute standard of beauty. That precisely is what makes its pursuit so interesting." Every person, whether they admit it or not, has an innate desire for society to accept them. Whether on the playground or in the office, everyone longs to fit in some way or another. The world we live in today tells us we need to fake or fix every detail about us that people deem as unattractive. Advertisements surround the media with information about facial and body contouring, physique enhancement, and laser treatments to make us more beautiful based on a certain standard. Nowadays, when discussing insecurities, thin women are scrutinized for not having the right to have body insecurities, because the scale and doctors deem them as skinny. Companies that show petite women in photos and advertisements are accused of not showing what a real woman's body looks like, even though a fully functional woman stands before them. Actors, musicians, and famous celebrities claim that every person is beautiful in their own way, yet they basically won the genetic lottery and spend thousands of dollars a year on plastic surgery and personal trainers in order to look their best. Men and women admire perfectly toned Barbie doll figures, emaciating themselves and becoming body-conscious freaks in order to live up to those expectations. We somehow come to believe that we are less worthy of life and happiness because we do not fit into a mold that society jams us into. We do not fit into an unrealistic standard of beauty that companies create with airbrushed and photoshopped models. These models persuade us to believe that we are somehow less beautiful and therefore less accepted in society. We make ourselves believe that in order for people to accept us, we need to have a perfect exterior appearance. We convince ourselves to believe that being around attractive people will somehow rub off on us, when in actuality, it just makes how we view ourselves even worse because we struggle to love our own bodies. We constantly strive to accept ourselves while surrounded with a sea of models and influencers all on one device. A recent study found that women spend 335 hours on their hair and makeup per year. There are two very different ways to respond to perfection in the idea of attaining self-love. Some people might say that achieving self-love is impossible because you can never fully love yourself until you are perfect in every single way. They might say that we should just give in to society's black hole beauty standards and self-loathing because we will never be perfect. These people are wrong. We need to stop trying to achieve perfection because perfection is completely and utterly unattainable. No one person on this earth is perfect or ever was perfect. Everyone has their own problems, even that girl who you think has it all. Parents and educators teach us to build healthy relationships with others, but they never teach us to build a healthy relationship with ourselves. Whether you believe in God or not, He only gives us one body, and how we treat that body is up to us. Whether we surround ourselves with hate or shower ourselves in positivity is up to us. We need to accept that the only person who you need to be better than is the person who you were yesterday. Because you are beautiful no matter what the scale tells you. Because you are beautiful no matter what that insecure bully tells you. Because you are beautiful no matter what you tell yourself. You are fully made in God's perfection whether you like it or not. Who cares that you have stretch marks? Who cares that you have a flat chest? Who cares you have marks on your skin? Who cares that you're size 0 or size 20? Who cares that you look this way or that way? Who cares? The only person who actively cares about the way you look is yourself. Everyone else just uses you as a distraction from their own insecurities. Beauty standards continue to change as society changes. In the 1800s, hoop skirts, corsets, and petticoats were all the rage for dramatizing tiny waists and large backsides. In the 20s, flappers ditched the corset for a looser and straighter dress, which gave a flatter, more boyish look. With the roar of workout videos in the 80s, athletic toned bodies with no body fat, paired with outrageous neon outfits were all the craze. The entire concept of beauty is completely subjective, and is actually a construct. No singular person can define what it means to be beautiful because the term beauty does not actually exist. It continues to evolve and change over time. No one defines beauty as a certain size or a certain shape. When looking at the past, almost every single body type and weight was considered beautiful at one point or another. Although you may feel bad about your body every now and then, which is natural, beauty standards consistently change. Although looks may be more important to you now than non-visible beauty, Eleanor Roosevelt reminds us that, no matter how plain a woman may be, if truth and honesty are written across her face, she will be beautiful. Obviously, the road to self-love is not an easy one. You will face trials and frustrations, but it takes heart, and that is something that truly makes a woman beautiful. You need to stop hurting yourself and start accepting that you are beautiful. Everything about you is beautiful. You are not only beautiful in the way you look, but in the way you are. Stop tearing yourself down and start building yourself. Stop idealizing others and start loving yourself. Because just as Harry Styles says, a real girl isn't perfect and a perfect girl isn't real.